And welcome back to the Casual Gaming Conversation. I'm Nick Evans. This is your host, Connor Evans, and we are back at it again. We got hot takes, we got drafts, and we got a fun big topic this week. Thank you all for the support recently. I think that's important to say.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Wild.
Really cool. If this is your first time watching us, thank you so much for watching us. And if you are a longtime fan, thank you so much for watching us for all this time. But I say we just get into it. Connor, who's hot takes first?
Have I gone first every time? No, you went first last time.
I think I went first last time. You should kick us off.
I'll go first. All right.
We need to be tight. We need to lock it in.
Yeah. My gaming hot take for this week is that I think and hope that the next Zelda game is a traditional Zelda game and not open world like Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. And if I have to choose one or the other for the rest of eternity, we would never get an open world Zelda game ever again.
Oh my word.
And only get traditional Ocarina, Twilight Princess style Zelda games. I want to put the genie back in the bottle here. But in that world, we don't live in that world.
Yeah.
We can potentially have the best of both worlds and get a mainline Zelda game that is a traditional Zelda game next. And then go back to the open world Zelda style. Why can't we have both? I just hate the idea that just because we had one and now two really great open world Zelda games that we're never ever going to get a traditional style Zelda game other than like remakes and stuff. And I don't want to live in that world. So
that's a fair world to live in. I think that we're talking about one of the greatest gaming franchises of all time. There's a reason that greatness has stood the test of time. They knew when to switch it up when they at the right moment. But now that most likely the Switch 2 is going to be a little bit before we get a Zelda game. It's not going to be a launch game. It's not going to be... I expect there to be ports on the Switch 2 well before we get the next mainline Zelda game.
Yeah.
And so I think that it's okay to be like, all right, it doesn't have the expectations that hey, buy the Switch for Zelda did in 2017. I don't think that it even had the expectations of, hey, we just had Breath of the Wild, now we got Tears. Tears is terrific. One of the Game of the Year nominations for sure this year. And so, yeah, I'm there for it. I don't fully disagree. I think you're going to make a lot of people upset,
Yeah.
including your wife,
Right.
who loves the open world Zeldas. But now, I do think that it's time to move along.
I just don't think that's ever going to happen. I just think we are in a constant cycle of open world, iterative Zelda games, and the creativity and weirdness that came with each Zelda sequel, like, I'm afraid is just going to get put to the wayside for very specific looking Zelda games.
Yes.
And I don't want to give that up yet.
All right. Is that your hot take? You want to close it out there? Is it my
That's
turn?
take. You need to wipe your mouth off.
Well, I don't know what's happening here. Definitely some bread and some dead skin. Not a good look
Still
for me.
over here.
Yeah.
Not top lip.
All right.
There you go.
Well, we're having a great opening to the pod this week. Can you also move your water? I'm so concerned. There's a lot of hand movements. I was like, that's going to just fall on our whole sound system.
Still have it on this side.
All right.
Right here. Got it. I
Cool.
think.
Why no?
Bread.
All right.
When did you... I guess you just...
I just ate bread,
yeah.
you dummy. All right. My gaming hot take this week. I'm going to hurt not just gamers with this. It starts with gaming. But I'm about to just dunk on a lot of things. And it's going to catch a lot of strays. The opening line to this is, the best characters in all of media are the characters from Final Fantasy VII. We have the epitome of bravery, evil, good, bad, just coming together and culminating into one of the greatest stories of all time. But I'm not just saying, and I am also using some of the remake recharacterizations, because Cloud is more of a brutish little boy, little bitch, basically, in the first game, and not as lively and actually interesting as I see this in the remake. But overall, I'm going to use this. They put to shame the original Star Wars characters. Way more interesting than them. They put to shame the Avengers. Way more interesting than them. If you want to talk about villains, Connor, if you want to come to bat with me about the Joker or Darth Vader, have you heard of this one-winged angel motherfucker? Have you heard of him? His song is pretty fucking terrifying. The greatest characters in all of media are the characters in Final Fantasy VII. Put it on the board. I comment to me, what's your favorite characters in media? You're wrong, okay? These are the best. They're the GOAT. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm not wrong. I'm right.
You're definitely wrong, and case in point is Cloud is like one of the, if not the worst Final Fantasy protagonists in the series.
I think though
I would take Noctis over Cloud.
I think that you're talking about just I said the cast. We got to go to the cast.
Yeah, the broader cast is.
But like we're talking about like, I hate to say it, in the comparison, the main comparison that I want to make is some of like the most beloved characters in all of media are the Star Wars original characters. Cloud's more interesting than not Han Solo. Sorry, Cloud's more interesting than Luke. Cloud's more interesting than Indiana Jones.
I don't even agree with that.
Indiana Jones is useless.
Those guys are likable. Cloud is not likable.
He's a lot more likable in the remake thus far. Yeah, which I said that this recharacterization is going to be a long time. Also in Crisis Core, he's real likable. I'm talking about the expanded universe of Final Fantasy VII. I'm not talking about just FF7 OG. And then, like, seriously, Sephiroth deserves to be on the Mount Rushmore, if not the throne of villains. Greatest to ever do it. Pure evil, so messed up, so deluded, so intrinsically entwined to want to just mess with Cloud and destroy Earth and claim it through Genova cells. It's wild, Connor. This man is insane. This man is crazy.
The only counter I have to that, Nick, is that you're not even talking about the best Final Fantasy villain, because we have Kefka, and he is the embodiment of crazy. He's the embodiment of the Joker, the unhinged, you never know what they're going to do next. Sephiroth has a mission and has a purpose. Yeah. Kefka has no mission. But he's just crazy. No, but
I think that that's also part of the reason that I don't like characters like the Joker. They need to have a purpose. There needs to be something bigger than just that I'm a wild card. And he does have a bigger purpose. And that purpose is terrifying. And so that's why I think that he is the GOAT. And then you have every single character, the whole roster of characters that you meet along the way in the FF7 OG and remake. And then we can just talk about my boy, the puppy himself, Zach, for a little bit. Just pure good times. This guy just wants to have some fun. He just wants to be a soldier first class.
He's just a freaking jabroni.
He's such a jabroni.
I do love me some Zach. Yeah. Zach Fair is an interesting character.
Yes, and I can't wait to see what they do in Rebirth and what the next iteration is. I'm very, very excited. Yeah. All right, you want to hop into the big topic?
Yeah, we're talking Nintendo today. Super Nintendo Switch, as we affectionately have started calling it. The Switch 2.
The Switch successor, whatever it may be named. First of its name.
Yeah.
Probably second of its name. I was about to say. Yeah. I was doing the Game of Thrones thing, and then it just fell apart. But yeah.
And we want to just kind of talk about the first year and what we think could potentially be coming down the pipeline for Nintendo. I think this is a really interesting time because we're really at the end of the Switch right now. I can tell.
I first want to just say this. To contextualize this conversation. Rest of the year, I don't think we hear from any of the big three, Xbox, PlayStation, or Nintendo. Game Awards would be that first time that we could hear something
We're going to hear something from all of them, I think.
You think so?
Yeah.
I'm talking about like a showcase level thing.
No, I think you're going to hear something from everybody at Game Awards.
Oh, yeah. I agree with that. Normally, everyone shows up in some way. But to first, just, once again, broader picture before we hop into exactly what that first day of opening the Switch 2 is, what that happened, what's the November slate, whatever that looks like with this. We need to first timeline this a little bit and ask the big questions. When do we see it first? When does it get revealed? And when does it get released?
Yeah.
Because I think that we might have differing opinions on this.
I've heard there was a rumor going around on various platforms, Twitter, podcast circuits and such, that they want to release sooner than later.
Yep.
That they want to get it out there. So I could see a very similar approach to what they did with the Switch, but a little bit later. So maybe show it in March, release in summer.
Okay.
Rather than what was it? They showed it
January and released it. It was winter. It was sometime in the winter time.
Yeah, they showed it in January and then released it in March. Wow, that's a quick turnaround. That feels
so 2
fast.
Months. Yeah.
Because then they had that showcase like quickly after that, I guess.
Yep. So it went reveal event, release, and then they had E3 in June.
When was the commercial shown? The reveal
October.
commercial. Okay. Well, so when do we see a?
So this is what I'm
year?
hopping into. I think the first time we see this thing is Game Awards. I think that is the Game Awards has become bigger almost than like a Sony showcase, which I would say was the pinnacle of showcases beforehand.
Yeah.
Or I would say E3 Nintendo Directs like 2017, 2018, were like must watch appointment viewing because we all knew what could show up and it was bangers. And so I think that the Game Awards has almost surpassed that in a way. You look at the Game Awards last year with the announcements that were given. Judas. Freaking Armored Core 6. Fires of Rubicon. The coolest name of anything ever. Hades 2. These are no slouches of games. These are some of the biggest names in the business. And it wouldn't be the first time a console's been revealed. Xbox Series X. Shown off there. And I think that it will be you just show the commercial. You just show the whatever it is. If it's just a bigger screen, it's a newer model, and it's called the Super Nintendo Switch, which that's our front runner for the name.
My issue with that is that you want to own the conversation with a new game console, and Nintendo has always kind of gotten out of the way of everybody, and it feels antithetical of everything that they are known for to show it on a night where there's going to be plenty of announcements.
I understand, but they will own the night. What I'm saying is you pair it. You show something, and then you show during the commercial, like the thing that was shown during that first commercial, the guy pulls it off the dock, and you see Breath of the Wild. You don't see like full on the trailer to Breath of the Wild, but you see Breath of the Wild. What I'm saying is the guy pulls off the Joy-Cons, the gal pulls off the Joy-Cons, and we get 3D Mario. Mm-hmm. And so that's what I'm thinking of. There's the one more thing will always at the Game Awards be the Game of the Year. Jeff has been very clear about that. There will never be a extra announcement. It is a night that culminates to the previous Game of the Year winner handing it off to the next one. And I think that's perfect. I think that that's what that show should be. I think it opens, though, with the Switch release. And I think that you said it's going to be sooner than we expect. I think that it's May or before.
But we originally heard that it was going to be late next year.
Yeah, I don't...
But I think it's getting earlier. I think they want it. People have it now, apparently. Devs have it. So you have to imagine that games are cooking, and that I think summer's a good time to launch.
I mean, also, we don't have anything that is confirmed past like that March window. The 1,000 Year Door reboot said 2024. That's it. I think that is yeah. It just said 2024. I think the 1,000 Year Door port just 2024. I think that
May.
Nope. Oh. I think that most likely. In fact, just check us on this, please. I think that that is not a Switch 1 game.
It is.
I think that it'll be on the Switch 1. I think it'll also be on the Switch 2.
Well, I think everything's going to be on the Switch 2.
That's true. It's going to be backwards compatible.
Or they're going to sell you all these games again.
Yeah, well, I do think that, though, when that game comes out, there will be a Switch 2 out. Where
there will be upgrade paths.
Yep.
For games you have on...
Oh, no, not all the games. No. I think that there will be an upgraded version of Breath of the Wild. I think that there will be an upgraded version of Tears.
And how do you think they make you pay for it?
Oh, $70.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that they will... We're talking about Nintendo. We're not talking about Xbox. Xbox would 100% be like $10 to upgrade.
Yeah.
We're talking about Nintendo.
Dude, that's crazy.
If I get into Switch 2 and I want to play Tears of the Kingdom, it's $70.
Yeah.
100%.
What if I already own it? So if I already own it, it's still $70?
Yeah, but it's the lesser version.
So then you have to buy it again for the better version?
For the better version.
What do you think is a reasonable price if they did do an upgrade path? What's the most that they could charge with getting away with no anger?
There's going to be anger if it's $5, Connor.
No. If it was $10, then they could be fine.
$10 is like the current, you can get it on like Mortal Kombat. You can get it on PS4 for $60, or you can get it on PS5 for $70. That's the normal jump.
No, but if you own it on PS4,
I know.
You can pay $10 to upgrade it.
I know. I don't think it's going to be... I don't think...
$30?
I think that $30 you're going to have people in the streets screaming their head off.
It's going to be $70.
I think it's going to be $70.
So
And I don't think they care is a big portion of this. Where Nintendo doesn't do sales, Nintendo doesn't do price cuts. They have a product that's so damn good, they know that they will get the player base. It's almost like there was a game that was really popular called The Last of Us Part 1, where everyone got up in their head and said, why is this $70? This won't sell, screw these guys. And then it sold a shit ton of copies. That's how the gaming industry works. There's the people like us that actually care about this, but that's not the person that's like, oh, I loved The Last of Us back in 2013. Oh, I loved Breath of the Wild back in 2017. The new Switch? Sure, I'll pick that up. That's the reality of it. Grandma Evans doesn't care about seeing a $7 price tag again. She's not worried about that. She doesn't know about that. This is news for us. This is news for a large portion of the gaming community. But a large portion of the gaming community also are just people that play Call of Duty every year and also just play their FIFA. And like, we love those games and we enjoy those games. Really excited about COD this year. We can talk about that on a different podcast. But that is not what we have here. I think that they will charge $70 for the upgrade and it'll be ridiculous. But so what's your definitive, this is when we see it, this is when it's coming out?
We see it in February and it comes out in July.
We see it December 7th at the Goaties, and it releases in March or first week of April. I want either
so
back.
It's very similar release.
Yes,
Wow.
I think it's a very similar release. Connor, when something works, you do it again and again and again, and it worked.
So let's transition to what we think is coming out at release, and then we'll talk about what we think
first year is. Yeah.
So we can kind of just go through franchise here.
Well, let's just kick it off. We both completely fully believe 3D Mario launches with this thing.
Probably.
You're probably.
Here's the rumors that are. So yeah. I listened to Nintendo specific podcasts, so I'm up on this. Donkey Kong, 3D Donkey Kong.
Ooh.
Apparently they're ramping up for a big DK push. They're about to open the DK Park.
Yep.
In Japan,
Nintendo
World, and that will eventually, I imagine, come over to the US. Like, and DK was big in the movie and everything. They might want to push DK as like another mascot for their brand.
I
it's
understand.
possible. What if you get a 3D DK game?
So
Retro was working on something before they switched over to Metroid again.
Yep.
What if they were deep in development on a Donkey Kong game? And that's why Metroid Prime is taking so long, is because they're splitting course here.
So this is what I firmly believe. I think that this thing launches with two things. I think it's 3D Mario and Metroid Prime 4. Metroid Prime 4 will not hit the 10,000 million sailed that the previous Switch user base has.
10,000 million?
Sorry. 10 million sailed, sorry. They won't hit that unless it is day one, Switch 2. What games are we buying? Well, there's 3D Mario and there's Metroid Prime 4.
I disagree. I think it will sell no matter when it comes out.
It's one of the things that, do you think it comes out on the Switch 1 also?
Yes.
Okay, then that's... I think then, yeah, it's a different conversation.
It's not like it's ever mattered, though. Like, early release games for the Switch ended up selling anyways.
I mean, they normally do sell anyways, but Metroid isn't...
Even with a small install.
Isn't a huge swinger. The way that...
Metroid Dread did well.
I know
but it's not, but everything's a swinger on the Switch. Fucking Luigi's Mansion 3 sold 12 million copies. Yeah. That makes no sense.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody who played that game.
Well, not sequitur. Can we place a bet on this somehow? Can we find the right line to place a bet on this? How many does the new WarioWare game sell in November? Because I'm going to buy that thing and we're going to have a great stream doing that thing.
3 million? Apparently the motion controls are very suggestive.
Oh, like sexually suggestive?
It's kind of like playing Twister.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Golly.
Yeah, some of the poses are a little weird.
Oh, man. I mean, the original Wii one, there was some trunks. There was some... I mean, the Wii remote is... Anyways.
Well, this was on my mind because I was listening to Punch It Up earlier. It's funny.
But, all right. Yeah, I think that it's going to be a very... I think those are the two games.
Here's my wild card. Animal Crossing.
I think that's the next year.
But what if it's not? This is their second biggest... No, it's the only franchise that's their biggest that could launch with the Switch. Right now, it is Zelda. No, it's Mario Kart. And then it's and then it's Animal Crossing. What about Mario Kart?
I was just about to say, you brought up... So when you're talking about the DK and the Metroid, we got to talk about this from a broader scope. I think that they can really... It's almost like a concert where it's like you got to open with one of your best songs. Like, you can't go and wait too long to play a hit or else you're going to get thrown off the stage. And when they come on stage, I think that the Italian plumber that we all love will show up in some way. It is either 3D Mario or Mario Kart.
But don't you think it's weird that we saw the sequel to Breath of the Wild so early and we haven't seen anything?
So early? 6 years?
Yeah, we saw it 6 years ago, is what I'm saying. So like after the release of...
Yeah, we saw it in 2019.
So 2 years after, we haven't seen anything from Mario. What is going on there?
What I'm saying...
literally just saving it for the announcement?
Yeah.
Or is it not ready?
No, it's ready. It's 100% ready, and the reason we're getting 2D Mario this year is because we're going to get 3D Mario next year. I firmly believe that.
There's a big Mario push right now.
Yeah, there's going to be a huge Mario push. I do see Donkey Kong. I think it's 2D Donkey Kong, personally, but I would love a 3D Donkey Kong game. What I just think is, when we put like push come to shove of what this first year looks like, it's not going to be 7 games. It's most likely going to be 3 or 4. And
so what are the 3? What is the possibilities?
So let's just. I think it's 5 games. I think it's the games that we've already mentioned: 3D Mario, Mario Kart, Donkey Kong, Animal Crossing, Metroid Prime 4.
That would be the greatest year.
I don't think that all 5 of those come out.
Nintendo console ever.
I think that 3 of those come out.
And what are the 3?
I would put in dollars to donuts. I don't think there's a way you can go have this game, no matter what, even if it comes out during holiday season of 2024, there's no way you can sell this thing without Mario Kart.
So Mario Kart wasn't there right at launch for Switch.
But 50 million sales.
Yeah.
Like, it is...
It was 2 months after. It was
I know.
1 month after. It was April.
But what I'm saying is they just ported they added extra maps. It wasn't like their like number one mindset of like, this has to happen. It has to happen. Yeah. And so I'm thinking that it might not be release window. I actually kind of agree with that. I think that by the time that we get to December or November, Black Friday is happening, Mario Kart is on the Switch too. Mario Kart 10, because Tour is 9 apparently. That's going to be called Mario Kart 10 or Mario Kart X, which is really lame because I think of Fast X. Yeah. And I want Dominic Toretto in Mario Kart. Let me give you this pitch. No, not actually. But I think that we get that. And then I think that we also get some sort of 3D Mario and then Metroid Prime 4. I think that those are the 3. And I think that the next year is Animal Crossing and Donkey Kong. And that would also be a phenomenal year for the next year.
I think if it releases in April, May, June, July at the latest, we're looking at 2 games. It has to be 2. Well, Nintendo has never done...
Yeah, it's going to be 2 games.
So they're going to release with 1 game. That's what they did with Breath of the Wild, and that's all they need to do. And they know that because they need to string people between releases or whatever. Yep. Like, you need to spread things out, like we're doing with our TikTok right now. Yeah. you have to give them the goods to get you and fill in the gaps with the little things.
Yep.
I think you're probably right that they do kick off with 3D Mario.
Yeah.
I think it's the most universal.
Yeah.
I think Metroid can't just be the holiday game. I
think it's day one. I think it's day one with it.
No, there's no way. Oh, okay, so you're saying since Mario is there to sell
it, you also pick up Metroid with it. Which,
but it doesn't need it necessarily.
I don't think it needs it. I just think that it's ready. And they also want to show it off. This is a game that you can actually show something like what the Switch actually is going to look like from now on. I'm talking about a PS4. In your hands. And it's going to be awesome.
Right.
Yeah. Metroid is the more mature, like, it's not like full on mature, but like more mature. You got a gun, like it's legit, and so
give Mario a gun.
Yeah, we give Mario a gat. Okay, but like
I could see that. I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's just going to release with.
I want more than ever for us to like. It's happened once with my bold predictions about Switch Sports. Mm-hmm. Nothing would make me happier Then it's Game Awards, and it opens up with the Switch 2, and we're on that couch, suited and booted, and we go livid, and I start punching you in the face, just like over and over again. Sorry about that. Yeah, I got excited.
So
there goes the Keyblade.
that's fine.
Yeah.
We got Mario to kick it off.
Yep.
Possibly Metroid.
Yep.
Holiday game.
Mario Kart.
I could see it in between the two, though, just like they did. But I guess since it's a new, full-on new release and not a deluxe version, I could see that being the stinger.
I think that is... So when they revealed the console, I think they open with 3D Mario. I think that is the reveal. And then I also think that there's going to be some sort of toss the controller sort of game, some sort of family game that is legit. The Joy-Cons are better than ever. Play it. I could see Wario Smooth Moves, whatever the sequel version of it is, Move It, I believe it's called. I could see that them being like, hey, we have an up-res version of this, play it with your family. Like,
if there going to be any major ports day one. Cyberpunk 2077 Switch version.
Yeah, have you seen MK1 run on the Switch?
It looks horrible.
It's so
but
bad.
If this is way better, then
no, it's. I think that the port that they will use to show off the difference is Breath of the Wild.
I'm talking third party phone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. I could see not a port necessarily, but I could see them being like, here's last year's Call of Duty running on this.
Yeah, because it's coming, apparently. For every year from now on, we're going to get that year's Call of Duty.
Absolutely.
Just as a way down res version.
I mean, but at the end of the day, if I want to slay some Nazi zombies on an airplane with a Switch, that's a huge dub. I don't care what it looks like.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like that's the reason you buy anything on the Switch that's third party. When you have another option, it's you want to take it on the go, and that is a good reason. But I think that it's really important to showcase that third parties are here, and these new modern games, PS5 games, Xbox Series games, are playable on the new hardware.
Do you think that's
essential?
You want to know the game?
What?
Resident Evil 4.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, I think that's the game. They want to put that game everywhere.
It's already running on a PS4.
Totally. They want to run it everywhere. They want to put it everywhere.
You want to put it on your goddamn iPhone.
Yeah. Like, seriously. Like, I think that is a huge pop, a huge win. We're talking about one of the greatest games of all time. And so you just, it looks good. It plays good. What more could you ask for? Where if they're able to take some version, I thought I had it up there, but if they're able to take some version of the PS5 version, make it basically a PS4 version, dumb it down a little bit, throw it out there, that's a showcase. That is a standing piece. It's one of those things that, like, when you're talking about PSVR 2, you're like, oh, I would love to see Half-Life Alyx come over. I think that a big brand like RE is so important to show up and show out from a third-party perspective. I think that that's the game.
That's fair.
Is there any other that come to mind?
I wasn't kidding when I said Cyberpunk.
Really?
I think it's possible. I mean, like, it ran poorly on
PS4 that's what I think.
If it's a little bit more powerful than a PS4, and the DLSS technology with NVIDIA has gotten better, which it has, then it's certainly possible that they could get it running. And even if it doesn't look fantastic, it's still a showpiece to be able to just be like, yeah, we can, like, run a major, huge open world.
I have to ask also, just in general, Brawl. Or not Brawl, Smash. No. 2 years out, 3 years out?
3 years out.
Yeah, I agree. 3 years from the release is what I'm saying.
Could they do an ultimate version with more DLC characters?
No.
Really?
Actually, I have never sounded more stupid in my entire life than the morning of a certain Nintendo Direct where one Gary Whitta said, man, what if they do DLC carts or maps for Mario Kart 8 because it sells like hotcakes. And I sat there with my phone and I legitimately out loud, I'm walking home, say, this guy's a moron. I said those words, and then it fucking happened, dude. Yeah. And I've never felt more internally stupid in my entire life. So maybe it can happen, like, because Smash is
just do one more wave.
Yeah, it would. Honestly, I'm all about the hype moments and showcases. I miss the Smash character reveals, but the issue is the perfect ending of Sora entering Smash. The perfect end, like. That was a moment in gaming that, like, will ring out the test of time, so it will feel a little cheap if they went in a different way.
Running one time.
Yep.
Let's run through rapid fire. Is it going to be... Are we going to get one on the Switch successor, period?
Oh, the answer is going to be yes to, like, 90% of them.
Star Fox.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
F-Zero.
Not 99?
Not 99. You think
No.
you don't think F-Zero 99 is a test bed?
I think that F-Zero 99 will come over. I don't think that we'll see F-Zero.
Could we see a Mario Maker?
Yes. I do think we see Mario Maker 3.
I think it's time to bring it back.
DK Rhythm game.
Any Donkey Kong, honestly. A new Donkey Kong.
I think that we do.
Yeah.
And I think that we do, and I think we see within the first 2 years.
Okay. Fire Emblem, we're probably going to see pretty early on.
Probably 2.
Do we see a Pokemon early?
That was the biggest question. I literally looked up and I saw Pikachu, and I was like, yep, discuss this. I think we see 5 Pokemon games on the Switch successor. I think that we don't see a mainline.
Let's Go, Sword and Shield, Scarlet Violet, Arceus.
Those are the 4 big ones.
Brilliant Diamond and Pearl.
Those. Yep. So, okay, like, there's 5 that we can name off the top of our head. We might be missing one. Let us know if we are. But, like, yeah, I can see remake, 2 main lines. Let's Go is going to repeat again. Oh, we also got the photo game.
Pokemon Snap. Yeah.
But we got Pokemon Snap on there.
And then Detective Pikachu 2 sucks.
Yes, I heard.
That's
it's
a bummer.
tough. Yeah,
that's a bummer.
One that we weren't probably gonna pick up. So
yeah,
well, honestly, my wallet's happy. That's what I'm saying. Where it's like I cannot have another game this year that's like it's a 10 out of 10. You gotta play it. It's better than Baldur's Gate 3. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Pikmin's gonna be MIA for a while.
You think so?
4. Yeah, I mean just for a bit.
Yeah,
I don't think it takes as long between 3 and 4, but I think we get one next generation.
Yeah, I think we get one. Yeah.
So we deal that with Smash. Is there anything else?
I'm gonna say Smash. That I want to stake this in the ground. I think that we get a Smash. I think it's 3 years out, but I don't think that. I think it is something that we've really not seen necessarily before. I don't think that it's. I think that there's a chance that there's only 16 characters on the roster. Something like that.
I like it. I like the idea because they have to do something. I don't think you do 16 characters, but I think they need to do something.
I think
Ultimate is just such a perfect package.
Ultimate's one of the greatest games of all time. Should have been in the Hall of Greats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hasn't gone on there yet.
It hasn't in mine. It hasn't in mine.
I think they've tried.
Yeah, it has.
That is the 42nd greatest game of all time.
Oh,
spoilers.
Oh shit! Wait, when does that go up?
Not
this week. It's next week.
Next one.
Yeah, and one after. Oh, it goes up on Tuesday. Yeah.
No, or I guess it's the 41st.
Oh, then yeah, that's Friday or Saturday next week.
Next one.
Yeah. But yeah, terrific game. Is there anything else we want to discuss? Is there any other big boys?
Can't really think of anything else.
I was like, yeah, of course he'll be there. Like Star Fox was like immediately.
Yeah, maybe not.
Yikes.
Yeah. And when do we see a Zelda game?
Oh, that's a good question.
Here's one that I really wanted to talk about: Ocarina or Majora's Mask remake at some point.
I think that's a remake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
full on.
I think that is,
I think that's the only way we get a traditional Zelda anymore is a remake, which I refuse to accept. I refuse to accept.
You don't want...
No, I want it. I want that, but I don't want that to be it.
Yeah. I think that we get the Wind Waker and Twilight ports first.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
I think that those could also be day one on Switch 2.
Dude, that would be too many games. That's the problem.
Yeah, or I could see that being a July release.
Yeah. Dude, you filled out the first year with Metroid, Mario Kart, and 2 Zelda ports. Oh my god! I know we listed 5 possible games like for what it could be for the first year, but those 5 are like
would be the greatest year.
Insane. Well, it would be like 7 months too if it came out, or 6 months if it came out in June or July.
I do think though it generally does come out in March next year.
You're out of your mind.
It sounds this system needs to be. We need to take this whole thing, put it down, and just shoot it like 7 times. It needs to die, Connor. It needs to go away. I need to buy a Switch 2, okay? Right. Put it in my hands. All right, you want to hop into this draft?
Yeah.
Today. Yeah, I can
host it. Let's make sure we get this ready for filming and do it right. And can you wipe off your face? What do you have?
I don't know, dude. It's just dry lips.
So drink some water.
I don't fucking know. Jesus Christ.
You have no water?
I got water left.
So drink some Star water.
What you want to, while I'm drinking this water and then fixing this, just look at the camera and intro?
Okay. All right, should I say all right? I feel like I say all right. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to say all right. We're changing it. We are draft.
Today.
This is
Say today.
Today we are. I was itching my neck. See, this is Showbiz, baby. Today we are drafting the top Nintendo 64 games. I'm gonna kick it off today. 1.01. It's gotta be Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
So this was the situation we put ourselves in when I said, no matter what, if you got the 101, you win the draft, because I think that you're going to be able to stack your Zeldas if you want to.
Yeah.
Because my pick is definitely it's the only other GOAT when we're talking about N64. It's Mario 64. Give me Mario 64. He's going to be my point guard. He's going to be the one running the show, delegating. Give me the plumber. Give me the paintings. Give me Mario 64.
That's a great pick. I think we got the top two easily.
Easily.
Yeah. So here's the problem. We can go with Majora's Mask and run it up, or I can go with what I want to pick, and it would be something else.
I genuinely think if you pick Majora's Mask, I don't think I can win the draft. I straight up think it's curtains. I also think if you give me Majora's Mask, it's curtains. Whoever gets Majora's Mask.
Here's the thing.
Wins.
I'm gonna play this one for the fans. I'm going to do it not with what I want to do, but what I think would get me the most votes for the people. We're going to pick Mario Kart 64 as my number 2. I just need to fill out my team. I can't do Zelda. That's wrong. Can't do it. Even though it's my least favorite Mario Kart game.
I know.
A lot of good Mario Kart games. Not that I don't like Mario Kart 64.
You came out here multiple times on this podcast and been like, Mario Kart 64 blows, graphically looks awful, gameplay's not as tight as the other ones, and I kind of agree. I still love Mario Kart 64. And then you pick it second?
Because I'm doing what everybody wants me to do. Pick Majora's Mask, you little bitch.
I'm going to pick Majora's Mask with my second pick.
There we go.
Duh. Should have been, though, it should have... I had a toss-up between Majora's Mask and Mario 64 just to make sure you didn't have both of them.
Dude, if I had Ocarina and Mario 64, you'd have been screwed.
Yeah, the game's over.
But I need to round out my team, and to do that, I'm going to pick the best shooter on the platform, the best multiplayer game on the platform.
Oh, I thought you were going somewhere else.
GoldenEye 007.
Yeah, I'll take the... I don't want to give you the other one. I don't want to pick... I don't want to give you the other one. Shoot. Oh, this is hard.
It's your third pick?
Yeah, it's my third pick. I want to pick Perfect Dark. That has to be the pick here.
It's my number 13 game.
Okay, I don't care. Yeah. I literally had to pick it. I would have picked GoldenEye with my next pick, but you snacked that one. So I pivoted, which I really want you not to take my next game.
You've got your 3D platformer. Now I got to get my 3D platformer. We're going Banjo-Kazooie.
Yep.
Rare at the top of their game. Got a lot of Rare on my team right now, but we're looking good.
Well, I'm going to take my preferred version of this game. The GOAT version of this game can be Mario Party 2.
That was going to be my second overall pick.
Yeah,
if I was going to play with my heart, that was what I was going to pick.
Mario Party 2 is so good. Every single minigame in that game is perfect. They legitimately were just like, hey, we're going to do the best version of Mario Party possible. Mario Party 3, also really good, but I wanted to secure Mario Party 2 just because if you pick Mario Party 3, then I, no matter what, have the better Mario Party.
Yeah. I'm going to pick a third Rare game. I want to pick Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Yep.
That's my 5th pick, correct?
Yep.
Conker's Bad Fur Day as my 5th overall pick. I feel like I've got a little bit of everything here.
Yep.
An M-rated N64 game. I do want to list off some honorable mentions once you finish.
Yeah. I'm going to get wild. I did think about stacking Mario parties, by the way. I was like, do I get crazy and do it? But I'd be remiss, Connor. I would not be the man that I am today if it weren't for a terrific ape. And I want to pick DK64.
No.
Give me the yellow cartridge. Give me my boy. Give me DK. Donkey Kong.
Dude, that game sucks.
I know, it's not a good game.
Not good.
But yellow cartridge, super classic. And the last one, if I can pick my boy, I'll always pick my boy. So.
Did you have any runner-ups? Anything else you were kind of thinking about?
Yeah, there was a few that just were in my headspace. If you want to run through it.
Yeah, I had Diddy Kong Racing, the Superior Kart Racer on the N64. I had Wave Race 64 Classic. So good.
Dawn vs. Wave Race 64, go-to stream of mine from the Allies. Literally one of the best games of all time.
Dude, awesome. And then I had Star Fox 64, of course. And then my last pick I thought about going with Pokemon Stadium 2.
So the Pokemon Stadium games were in my head a little bit, but at the end of the day, I was like, also screwed for taking Banjo. I thought about taking Banjo second overall pick, and then my team sort of fell
You
away.
just go back to back.
Yeah.
Mascot.
Yeah.
Platformer.
Yep.
Yeah.
It would have been one of those teams that, like, in the comments, someone, like, there would be a lot of people be like, you got smoked, and then there would be the people being like, this guy knows his shit.
See, that's the thing is, like, I feel like we both created full teams. You know what I mean? Like, I got to kind of just play the game within the game. Mm-hmm. Some weeks I'm going to be the wild card and pick with my heart, and this week I picked with my mind.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, that was the Casual Gaming Conversation. If you like that, please hit that subscribe button. Drop us a like. Go over to Twitch, go over to TikTok at Co-op64, and drop us follows there. We stream Monday through Thursday, 7 to 10 Eastern. Monday's group stream, Tuesday, Thursday's my stream, Wednesday's Connor stream. It's a good time. Other than that, thank you so much for all your support. We genuinely really mean it. It's been absolutely ridiculous.
It's been crazy.
It's been nuts. So thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next one.